Well, Donald Trump is in Davos, Switzerland at the World Economic Forum. He is making America look less than good on the global stage again. He talked about South Africa's alleged white genocide and taking over Greenland. Just take a listen.
Yes, he's here. Hello, Mark. We never asked for anything, and we never got anything. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good. That's probably the biggest statement I made, because people thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force. All the United States is asking for is a place called Greenland, where we already had it as a trustee, but respectfully returned it back to Denmark not long ago after we defeated the Germans, the Japanese, the Italians, and others in World War II. We gave it back to them. We were a powerful force then, but we are a much more powerful force now after I rebuilt the military in my first term and continue to do so today. We have a budget of $1.5 trillion. Doing it, I'm helping Europe, I'm helping NATO, and I've until the last few days when I told them about Iceland, they loved me. They called me daddy, right, last time. A very smart man said, he's our daddy. He's running it. I was like running it. I went from running it to being a terrible human being.
Africa. Mr. President, what's your plan on Africa?
Why genocide in South Africa, and are you willing to engage with the South African government?
Well, no, what's happening in South Africa is terrible. It's a terrible situation. What they're doing to people, a certain group of people, is unbelievable. You wouldn't think it could happen today.
What would it make you believe that there is no white genocide, Mr. President, in South Africa?
Well, we have seen the numbers, we've seen the records, and it is taking place.
Rebecca, white genocide in South Africa?
I'm looking at my other panelists' faces. Who called him daddy? Who called him daddy and he didn't pay for it? I'm sorry, I got so distracted after that. I mean, look, at some point we gotta laugh. This is the comments just got me together a few minutes ago and said, stop calling him the president. So for the rest of the show, I will refer to him as 47 or the occupier in the White House. How did he become the occupier in the White House? Like, this is so embarrassing. And the thing is, he's saying really ridiculous, stupid things that have very long-term consequence. Like, this is forever going to change, at least for the next 10, 20, 30 years. This is going to change the United States standing around the world. And there are many countries who view the United States as increasingly unstable, and for good cause. Like, he is intentionally provoking our NATO alliance. He's intentionally provoking the EU. He's intentionally provoking other global leaders across the country. I mean, even the fact that he was leaking text messages, like, you can't even do that in a regular 9-to-5 job. So as president, you're going online and you're leaking text messages. Like, this is not serious, but it has real dangerous impact, not just for us here in the United States, but for people globally.
You know, Dr. Kirk, what really got me is Trump saying that the media won't write about this.
Let me tell you what else the media won't write about, because I made a video earlier today on my platform. People find me online, The Activist, and I talked about the fact that the president of the United States arrived in Davos, Switzerland, to no acclaim, to no fanfare, to not one person there greeting him. This is unprecedented. When the United States arrives at the World Economic Forum, there are usually people there to greet him, other world leaders to hug him, shake his hand. It's usually an acclaimed moment. That did not happen this year. This man stumbled off the plane in his clunky, heavy, burden, cankle-legged walk and headed right on down a red carpet runway, probably put up by his people, to no one whatsoever, because the whole entire world, all of the leaders in this world are sitting here shunning him because of his insane actions and his ineptitude. That is what he was greeted by. The media also did report on the fact that there are protests happening all across Switzerland right now to him being there. People in Switzerland are protesting that this man is even there. People in Davos projected on the mountains of Davos, simply saying no kings, all aimed at Donald J. Trump. This man is the embarrassment of the world, and he has made America the embarrassment of the world. That's what the media isn't reporting on. And again, this man and his people own the majority of it. Again, that's why it's so essential that we have Roland Martin. So if y'all out there look at it, Roland be having that darn Cash App, Zelle, streaming, all that, the things to pay. Go and donate to Roland right now so we can keep this going.
That's right. We need all the support. Absolutely. Cooney, why do you think that the United States didn't attend the G20 summit in South Africa?
Well, according to, what is it, 47, you said, Rebecca, we're calling him. According to Donald Trump, we didn't attend because he refused to acknowledge or address the horrific human rights abuses endured by Afrikaners. The same people who were putting Black South Africans in tires and burning them to a pulp, the same people that incarcerated and imprisoned Nelson Mandela for over 20 years, the same people. I'm sure that this has been put up in his head by his buddy Elon, that there is this white genocide going on. Unfortunately, it's just not true. And to what Rebecca and Dr. Kirk were saying a bit earlier, I actually had the privilege of going to Davos last year, and it really is a sham that the United States has fallen for grace in this way, because this is one of the places in the world where it's the world's most reputable leaders, and we basically have Donald J. Trump using it as a bidding floor for Greenland. I mean, how insulting, right? Not only weeks after he's marched into another country in Latin America and stolen their president, right? Kidnapped their president and is holding him here against his will. He has now decided that he's like to acquire Greenland. But a lot of people don't realize, though, he tried to do this through his first term as well. He made an offer on Greenland then, and he was told that Greenland was not for sale. So I don't know what his fixation and fascination with Greenland is. That's not true. I do know what it is. There's a prospect of oil there, which is exactly why he's in Venezuela, but also because it's the best place for early warning systems in the event of missile attacks, which, if the United States continues to harass the rest of the world, I'm sure we're going to need, that warning, because I think as we see more and more world countries get more and more irate about the way that Trump is handling, foreign state of affairs, we're more and more in danger. We're living here in America, and, it's only a matter of time before another country retaliates. I don't wish it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.